Hey guys, what's up? Here with a review this time for a comedy sequel. Great. Barbershop The Next Cut, the third installment of the Barbershop film series, directed by Malcolm D. Lee, written by Kenya Barris and Tracy Oliver. If I pronounce any names wrong, combo with proper pronunciation. Stars Ice Cube, Regina Hall, Anthony Anderson, Eve, Cedric the Entertainer, Sean Patrick Thomas, Jasmine Lewis, J.B. Smoove, Common, Nicki Minaj, Lamorne Morse, Utkarsh Anbudkar, Margot Bingham, Dion Cole, Troy Garrity, Michael Rainey Jr., Diallo Thompson, Tyga, I don't know how to pronounce names, along with some other people. This movie, and like things are a bit tough, and there's things about in this movie is kind of about a rough situation going on in Chicago. Calvin recently had to, Calvin and this girl named Angie, played by Regina Hall, have recently decided to have struggled to keep both their shops together, so they decided to merge both their shops into one. So one half is a barbershop, Calvin's barbershop, another one is a beauty parlor, right? Angie's beauty parlor, I guess. They're just trying, basically just trying to live, basically just living their lives. Though it's a bit tough in Chicago because of the violence. And recently, unfortunately, the violence gets very bad to a point where the government has thinking about taking some very strong measures, and to work against that and also try and stop the violence, the people in Barbershop decided to come together and start a movement to end the violence and also stop this government action from taking place. And we have our comedy. I wasn't excited for this movie, in all honesty. I put this in my skeptical about category. My most anticipated movie is a 2016 video, because here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of comedy genre, mostly because a lot of these films suck. And also, sequels really turn out to be a bad idea. There are some good ones, hell, even great ones, but they're so few and far between. And in all honesty, I just couldn't get excited for this. The trailer was fun. The first trailer, I kind of enjoyed the music. And there's a very talented ensemble here. But the thing is that it just really wasn't selling me completely. Let me get this out of the way. I have seen the first Barbershop, and I liked it. It was a fun comedy. I really liked how it demonstrated the power of community. It had likable characters. Cedric the Entertainer absolutely stole the show for me. It was funny. I think I already said that. Also had some pretty heartfelt moments, actually, because I actually cared about these characters, and the heartfelt moments actually kind of worked. Best story film seen to date. I'd like to see him get some more good ones. One day. Hopefully. Moving on. There are some good kind of sequels, and Malcolm D. Lee has made some well-received films, so it's not against the idea. And one of the writers created the show Blackish. I haven't seen it, unfortunately. I want to, though. One day. I was still on the fence about it, but then of course the reviews started coming out, and I was actually really surprised. And in case you asked me about the sequel to Barbershop 2 Back in Business, I only saw 10 minutes of it. It was about to be taken off Netflix, and I was probably thinking I could watch it later. But unfortunately, I didn't come back to it, and it was taken off before I could finish it. I know it's on demand, so I could probably watch it there, but I only saw 10 minutes of it. It almost was Cedric the Entertainer, which isn't a bad thing because he's my favorite part of the first movie. What's not to like about him? And it showed some promise so far, but not much for me to go on. And Beauty Shop, the spinoff with Queen Latifah. No, I didn't see it. The reviews started coming out. I actually was very, very surprised, and I came into this movie a little bit more optimistic. After coming out of it, it's the biggest surprise of 2016 so far for me. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I know Zootopia also surprised me, but I was still looking forward to this. I was really looking forward to this, and it proved me that it actually was good. Yeah, I liked it. I am just as surprised as you people are. And this is a third installment. Usually it's a problem with comedy franchises to have a second installment. Usually that's when they fail. Yet, they still succeed with a third one. I don't know what the second one's like. I heard it's obviously inferior, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't give my opinion on it yet. But holy crap, wow. It actually was good. Let me get the most obvious things out of the way. The acting was pretty good. Ice Cube is typical Ice Cube. He's very likable. He has a good amount of energy. he's known this character for several years. He knows the character very well. He's just likable. He's a likable He's a very likable person. He's a very caring person. He really cares about his family, especially his son, who I think is played by hold on. Michael Rainey Jr. You know, that's yeah, he's believable. And there is a believable father-son dynamic between him and Michael Rainey, Michael Rainey Jr. And I'd say Rainey Jr. is pretty good. He's nothing what I call great in terms of child act. He's not what I call great, but he does pretty solid. It's definitely one of the better child performances I've seen this year, which is awesome. Also, Diallo Thompson, I enjoyed him, and I enjoyed the friendship dynamic between him and Rainey Jr. They're believable as friends, so yeah. Also, let's get this out of the way. Cedric the Entertainer, he stole the show. He's my favorite part of this movie. He had the best lines. He had the funniest moments. I actually laughed out loud a couple times when he was on screen. Some of his lines actually made me laugh out loud. I'm not even kidding. That's awesome. I mean, he's just so likable. He's just a guy who just... He's just a guy. He's old. He kind of almost like... He just likes to say whatever's on his mouth, and he's just... so funny. He's just so likable as a character. We're just come off as annoying with other people. Cedric the Entertainer just makes it funny. The makeup work on him is pretty solid, but it's nothing amazing because I mean, you just make him look old, and that's it. I know it's weird to say, but there's not much to say but about the makeup process with him. He's just so damn funny to watch. He had my favorite moments. Him as Eddie, he's just my favorite part of it. He made me laugh a lot. Regina Hall, I enjoyed him, and I enjoyed her. She was likable. She had a few funny moments. I also definitely liked. I also liked that I think she had some back and forth with Eddie, or maybe just once, and I enjoyed those scenes too. They were pretty funny. I just like whenever I think she insulted Eddie a few times, and they were funny. It's hard for me to say why the jokes. A lot of the jokes are pretty funny. Mostly a lot of time. I mean, mostly just a lot of humor just comes from normal conversations, and it's just pretty funny. I also enjoyed Dion Cole. He basically plays a loser, and he's a likable loser. He's just a lot of fun to watch. Seeing him fail at trying to get girls or something like that. Or like, this one moment in the trailer where he says something bad that happened to him once. It was pretty funny. Like I said, a likable loser. It's hard. I just enjoy him every time on the screen. Common is pretty good in this movie. Usually when it comes to rappers being actors, sometimes it's a bit of a problem. Same for athletes, but hey, Common proves to be pretty good. Does a pretty good job at it. And I mean that does a pretty good job. I just thought he was very likable. He had some good dramatic moments too. The dramatic scenes actually pretty good. I mean, everyone's dramatic scenes is pretty good as well. I mean, nothing else to say about that. I also like his back and forth. I mean, when it comes to like the barbershop and the beauty parlor, like when those people are interacting, that's probably when it's really at its best when it comes to they have believable dynamic. They play off each other. These people play off each other pretty well. Nothing great in terms of banter, but they're fun to watch, and they have some fun conversations with each other. Do lead to some pretty funny moments. They're just fun. You really believe that they really know each other, and they really have fun. They must have a blast just talk. They just get a really lot of fun. They just have a big fun time just talking to each other, and sometimes even just insulting each other, because sometimes they do that, and it's kind of funny. I also kind of like how Cedric the Entertainer sometimes almost basically make fun of the youth of today. Those are actually kind of my favorite scenes, especially one involved with Nicki Minaj, which she says a slang term. That was actually kind of funny. Yeah, I liked him. He's a very likable guy. JB Smoove, yeah, he basically I liked him. He's I mean, he just has this. There's just something I find. There's like this just appeal to him that's really... It's hard to put into words sometimes. I don't know what it is, but I just really enjoy his moments. Hold on, let me do some looking back. I also definitely... When it comes to some other people, I definitely liked. It was Yeah, I really stuck too many times. Nicki Minaj, I was concerned about her because she didn't really impress me and the other woman. You guys know how much I hate that movie. Um, she's good. She's fine. She's not what I call a surprise, which is definitely better. It's definitely a step up from her performance in the other one, which isn't really saying much. But I liked her here. She had some funny moments, and you know, she's. I enjoyed her character. Nothing great, but I thought she was watchable. I enjoyed her, I guess. And I'll leave it at that. I enjoyed her. Eve, I liked her, especially when she got angry. When she got mad, those were probably some of my favorite moments. And I do like the conversation. I like the back and forth between her and Common. Those are also pretty funny. They are husband and wife, and when tensions between them get up, sometimes they get pretty and then sometimes they make the conflict kind of comical. It was actually pretty funny. There was one time I found kind of funny. I won't deny, like involving them at their house. Also, I like how they really sometimes like show like some of the other characters and actually kind of give them something more of a personality rather than just, you know, the basic human caricatures, which I definitely appreciate. They actually have more character for once. Like some people actually have more character for once, and that's great to hear. They had like some people I know had character that appeared in the first one had character as well. They actually had actual characterizations rather than just, you know, being caricatures, which is a thank God. So yeah. Anthony Anderson doesn't have a lot to do, but for the time he had on screen, I definitely enjoyed him. Utkarsh Ambadkar, I enjoyed him. I thought he was fine. Lamorne Morris, I definitely enjoyed him. Actually, there's one scene where they were trying to like get their message out. I thought that was there's one scene we did, and actually was pretty funny. Yeah, there's a lot of good laughs here. Sometimes it just comes from basic interactions, and sometimes just from them just doing like stupid modern crap. You may know like one of the scenes I'm talking about, where Lamorne Morris had probably had one of his best moments. I liked him. He was pretty good. Not much I can say here. Everyone's likable and they have a good believable relationship with each other. Believable friend, like worker-friend relationship, if that's an actual term. Otherwise, I probably just made that up. But it's still a term nonetheless. Also, I like how it demonstrates the power of community. Also, it's a nice message involving that, you know, if we come together, we can do something good, and also lead to very positive change. I really like that. It's a really nice message. And I have to say, usually this can hurt or even just kill a comedy. The heartfelt moments are actually effective. I'm just as surprised as you people are. And I have to give a lot of credit to that. The reason why is because we're given time to like these characters, we have an understanding of who they are as people, and also they have actual personalities. That's one thing as well. They're all likable. The heartfelt moments may be a bit cliche in some ways, but they still actually are kind of effective because the likable characters actually care about them and of course what they're doing. Also, and yeah, it actually has some moments I found where it's actually kind of thoughtful in some moments. I really like that. So let's talk about some problems of the movie. Letting us out of the way, when it comes to its producing and subject matter involving violence in Chicago, it can be a little too safe with it because they do show demonstrations of it. You know, there's like one scene at a school involving Ice Cube's son and Common's son getting into it. They kind of hint at a problem, and then it leads to that. They kind of tell instead of show, which of course this is a visual medium, and I know you have a PG-13 rating, but at the same time you could probably show us it in a bit of it, toned down probably, like no real major violence, maybe like I don't know, like just, you know, like, oh, like someone, like there's like a fight going on, you could probably, like, you know, do something like that. I don't know. But you know, I know what they're trying to do, but sometimes I think it would have been a little nicer to show instead of tell sometimes. It could also be a little bit safe involving its subject matter. I mean, I think there might have been some comparisons between this and Chirac, you know, the Spike Lee movie dealing with, you know, violence in Chicago. I have not seen Chirac, by the way. Either that or I may have heard the comparison from like one review that was posted online. I don't know. I still haven't seen Chirac, though I kind of want to, because I love Do the Right Thing, and I know Spike Lee is definitely, like, Spike Lee's at his best when he's providing social commentary. Most of the time, I guess. I haven't seen all of his films. I think I've only seen like one of his films, unfortunately. And that is Do the Right Thing, which is the film he's probably best known for, and I love that movie. Also, I could say that there are some jokes that fall flat. It's not a laugh out loud movie. There are more funny moments than moments that aren't than unfunny moments, and yeah. The heartfelt moments can come off a bit cliched, like some of the drama can be a bit stuff we've seen a bit before, but I won't deny it's much more effective here because I get to care about the characters. Yeah, I mean, it can also be a little bit predictable at points, but at the same time, it still works. It has its heart in the right place and it still works very well. Anthony Anderson doesn't get a lot to do, unfortunately. It is pretty sad because, you know, I definitely did like him a lot. You know, he had some funny moments. I definitely enjoyed him for what he had. Hold on, I got to check out some things here. Oh yeah, Sean Patrick Thomas. He doesn't get a lot to do either, which is kind of pretty sad. I did like him in the first movie, but he does, you know, he doesn't have much screen time either. I thought he was fine, but he, like I said, he didn't have much to do, which is pretty sad because I liked him in the first movie. Are there any more positives I can say about that? I don't know what you could say. I could see some people saying that the message comes off as preachy, but I won't deny I have to say it actually kind of worked for me because they do show a bit of the situation rather than just suggest that it's happening. They actually show a bit of it, which I kind of liked. At least they were showing some things, even though I would have liked them to show a little bit more. Oh, Jasmine Lewis, that plays Ice Cube's wife. Also, I definitely like the dynamic. And among some more positives, I definitely did like the dynamic between, you know, Jasmine Lewis and Ice Cube. They had a believable. You really believe them as a mother and father, and of course as wife and husband. They were very good at it. And you know, I can get, even though sometimes Calvin does some things that can be a little bit risky, and almost like I saw it, and something he does something that kind of reminds me of something I saw in the first movie. Well, almost something like that. It's similar in some way. If you've seen the movie, you may know what I'm talking about. But it's something that, you know, he does something that's kind of a bit of a thing that could affect his life in some way. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it. It also kind of reminds me of the first movie, but I won't say I can get behind him because we do see a bit of the problem about living in Chicago. And I can see why he wants to try and make his life better and by doing that certain action. It sucks being vague sometimes. Yeah, I did like the movie. I thought it had likable characters, ones with actual personality, had some very entertaining moments, even some laugh out loud moments, especially from Cedric the Entertainer, who is my favorite part of these movies. It had likable characters, it had a solid message, it had some actual very good heart to it, which I really, really liked. It was very fun. I like what it represents. I like how it demonstrates the power of community, knowing how powerful it can be, especially when it comes to inspiring when it comes to change, especially for the best. It's great to hear that. It left me with a big smile on my face, and I wish I could love it, but at least I liked it. Nothing bad with that. It left me with a big smile on my face. This really works. It's a comedy I think probably succeeds more on its heart than its humor, though the humor is good, don't get me wrong. But I won't deny the heart really did work here. And that's great to hear, especially for a comedy. This is a great third installment, and to be honest, wow, if this proves that that comedy sequels can work, why aren't we getting more good ones? Do people not care? I don't get it. It should be able to work, right? I don't understand sometimes. But what can you do? Barbershop, the next cut, gets a 4 out of 5. Biggest surprise 2016 so far. Really happy I saw it. And thank you everyone involved. You made comedy that I liked, but also I'm just happy I saw it. I really am. Anyways, guys, my review for Barbershop. Comment below what you think about it. How would you compare it to the other films? This might actually be just as good as the first one. I'm not even kidding. That's how good it is. Wow. Would you like to see a fourth one? I'm a bit in on that. It's true that they can make it work because they make a third installment work, but I don't know. If they do, we'll wait. I'll like to see. We'll wait and see how it turns out if they ever make it. And what's the biggest surprise of 2016 so far for you? Thanks for watching, guys. French out more videos.